Here we are, guys, back with the collection tour. This is part 4, I believe. Welcome back. The spiders are going to start moving up in size now. This one, in fact, is an adult. It's one that I got probably 2 years ago from Palp Friction in a mystery box. This is the Selenocosmia crespes, or the Queensland whistling or barking spider. This one actually matured into a male, and I have reached out to a few Facebook groups over the last several months trying to find a female without much success. So basically, we're just keeping this guy comfortable and alive and happy until his time is done. You see, I've got the catch cup here. He likes to wander if you leave his enclosure open too long. He doesn't bolt, but he will go for a walk on you. So we're going to go ahead and end this with the old man, Selenocosmia crespes. So this next tarantula we will not see because I rarely ever see it. But this is one that is very infamous in the hobby, and one that in the beginning of the hobby I never had the desire to get because of their reputation. But I got this one as a freebie from someone, and it was about the coolest freebie they had for the amount of money spent. So as you can see, there's a theme here. This is the OBT. And this is the second OBT that I got as a freebie. So, haven't bought one yet, but I do have two of them. This one I just recently rehoused a couple of months ago. If you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out. This one is about 3 inches, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Just, you never see it. Doesn't give me any attitude. In the rehouse, I got a little bit of a thread posture, but the rehouse was nice and smooth. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch Tom Moran's video on the OBT, where he dispels a lot of the myths and stuff about OBTs and their attitudes. It's about how you keep them. If you don't keep them in deep enough substrate, and they web up, and their webbing gets on the top of the enclosure, every time you open it up, they're gonna throw a threat posture or an attitude. I mean, how would you feel if someone ripped the top off of your house every few days? It would piss you off. So you give them enough substrate and enough anchor points and enough height in the enclosure where you don't tear up their webbing, you don't get any attitudes out of them. Sorry we can't see this one. Maybe we'll get it on camera some other time, but that was the OBT. Okay, so this tarantula here, I am hoping that we can get a good look at. This is an absolutely stunning tarantula. You see there's tons of webbing in there, and she stays hidden in that. I mean, I can see her from here, but you really can't. But off to the left side over here are her legs. I'm going to put a mealworm in, and let's hope that we can entice her out, because I really would love for you guys to get a good look at her. This is the Dolichotheli Diamentinensis, or the Brazilian blue dwarf beauty, or something along those lines. This species came across my radar probably 3 years ago, and I had decided at that point that I absolutely had to have one because they are stunning. So let's see if I can get the camera to zoom. Not wanting to cooperate here. There we go. What a stunning spider. This is a highly suspect female. I will probably be able to tell from the next molt. But as of right now, we're just going to say it. I don't know why my camera is not focusing. That is so frustrating, because this is such a beautiful spider. As I mentioned, this is a dwarf species, and they are absolutely stunning. It wants the superworm, just can't quite figure out where it is, I guess. Just like me, I can't figure out why my camera will not focus or zoom. This thing's been acting weird lately. I think that's as far as it will zoom. Are we going to get a takedown? I'm going to pause for just a second, and we'll come back if she grabs it. Alright, so she has figured out that the superworm is starting to go down to the corner. There we go. There was the takedown. That was super awesome. And that was the beautiful Dolichotheli Diamentinensis. Alright, so some of you may recognize this next tarantula because I've already featured one of these in the collection tour. I've got 3 of them. This is the first one I bought. it matured into a male. This is the Bonnetina Cyano, and this guy has been pretty chill, especially since he matured. And he's getting to be an old man as well. But he's still a good eater. He's still eating, although he let the superworm get underneath the webbing on him there. This guy right here, I paired with the female that I got from another keeper on Facebook. We're still waiting on that sack to drop. But he's still alive, so he's going to keep trucking along until he's not here anymore, and we're going to keep him happy and comfortable till then. I'm sure he will eventually find that superworm, but we are going to move along. This was the mature male Bonnetina Cyano, the Mexican blue femur. Alright, so this next species was another one that I never really longed after, but I ended up getting for free. This is another New World tarantula. I'm hoping I can draw it out here. This is the Efonopelma Simoni, the Costa Rican stripe knee. I ended up with 2 of these from Edward Tyndall after a drawing, which actually I was not involved in. My buddy Norvis won the drawing, and the only way that Edward could get a hold of him was through me because I knew him, and so I messaged Norvis, told him that he had won an Efonopelma Simoni in a drawing. He asked me if I had any in my collection. I told him I did not, and then he told me that it was mine. That was weird. It's like it doesn't want the superworm. I know it's hungry. A lot of these spiders haven't eaten in quite a while. Anyway, so I eagerly awaited the package. It finally arrived. I opened it, and there were 2 superworms in there instead of 1. So that's really cool. Unfortunately, last month, the other one got stuck in a molt and died. But we still have this one. Still not sure what I'm going to do with it because I don't know what sex it is. But it may not end up having a permanent place in my collection. So just saying. There we go. That was the Efonopelma Simoni, the Costa Rican stripe knee. So this next tarantula is one, again, that initially was not on my list of ones that I really desired. So I ended up getting one as a freebie. This one has turned into a female. I couldn't get any luckier, but look how gorgeous this thing is. I think everyone knows what species this is, and they also know how crazy their takedowns can be. Let's see what happens when I drop a superworm right behind her. Crazy fast. Awesome species. This is the Dolichotheli Variagada, the Mexican red rump. Pretty common in the hobby, but that doesn't make them any less beautiful. Super excited to have this one, and I'm super excited that it's a female. There we go. That was a Mexican red rump. So this next tarantula, once I discovered it, once I laid my eyes on one, this became the desire of my heart. This was another one of those that was on my dream tarantulas list until I got one. Super excited about this one. This is the Grammostola pulchra, or the Brazilian black. This one will not be feeding for us. It is very plump, and I'm pretty sure it is in a heavy pre-molt. A molt that I am very highly anticipating, because then I will be able to determine the sex, and I cannot wait to see those colors. This is an absolutely stunning tarantula. They call them the black lab of the hobby because they are so chill and because they get so big and because they're so shiny and black. Absolutely gorgeous species. Hopefully it will be molting soon and we can do a molt update on it. Won't be feeding it. This is the last we'll see of it. This is the G. pulchra. Alright, so this next tarantula is another one that I got in that mystery box from Pulp Friction. It's a very gorgeous tarantula. This is the Avicularia Variagada. I think it was formerly known as the Amazonica. I'm not quite sure. This one has a pretty chill attitude as well. Very gorgeous tarantula. Kind of a weird eater too. Like, it eagerly grabbed a hold of that superworm and then just let off of it. But some of them, I guess, they just prefer certain prey. and it may still come back and get it. Nope. I'm certain that it will eat it. Just may not eat it on camera. May not really like the light. But this thing has a web tube, as you can see back here in the corner, that it stays in. But it also stays out in the open. So this one is one of those that's on display quite a bit. Very beautiful tarantula. That was the Avicularia Variagada. Now this next tarantula is the last surviving tarantula from the mystery box that I got from Pulp Friction. This is an old world. This is the Dolichotheli Tiguana Wasseli, the Wessel's ornamental tiger or something like that. It's right down here on the back side of this cork bark back here. You can't see it. I'm hoping that I can draw it out with some prey because this is a gorgeous tarantula. It's another one that I never really had on my list, but once I got one, I was like, wow, they are beautiful. This one is a good 4.5 inches now. So it's getting some good size on it. I'm really starting to like the Dolichotherias because they are gorgeous tarantulas. And it's acting like it is just not interested right now. So we will end this part of the video and move on to part 5. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you liked it with a thumbs up and a comment. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do that. Share this video with your friends. Take care of yourselves and each other, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. Again, thanks for watching. God bless. And we got a takedown to end the video.